The many violations of human and animal rights within such research, as well as the responsibilities that scientists have when performing these experiments, have been hot topics of contention since the introduction of cloning technology. On the other hand, a lot of progress has been accomplished despite these disagreements, resulting in medical innovations including creating essential organs for those who need them and altering genetics that are accessible to families worldwide.
Cloning as a concept had long been a dream of humanity. The breakthrough came with somatic cell nuclear transfer, a technique that allowed scientists to create a genetic duplicate of an organism from a single adult cell. Dolly the sheep, cloned from a mammary gland cell, which is a mature cell taken from the uter of an adult female sheep, became a global sensation.
Her birth sparked hope for medical advancements, including organ regeneration and genetic research, but it also exposed profound ethical concerns. Are clones individuals or mere copies? What rights should they have?
Questions similar to these have laid the foundation for ongoing modern-day debates about cloning's impact on humanity and animal life, as these breakthroughs play a critical role in delving deeper into overlooked societal issues.
While cloning holds immense potential, the path forward is riddled with challenges. One pressing issue is the ethical treatment of cloned beings, both human and animal. Dolly's success came after 277 failed attempts, with many animals suffering miscarriages or severe deformities.
A lot of the cloned animals previously had died, born and then died.
This mere sheep was not the only conflict that arose, as the conversation of human cloning was also exposed with many bioethicists such as Dr. Patrick Dixon addressing these issues.
A place where cloning could be abused on a very grand scale would be by someone who had power over a lot of people's uteruses, to put it bluntly. A dictator, someone in some horrible regime who wished to somehow promote himself or his own identity or his own genetic profile, had to somehow populate the earth. And such a person with today's technology and with the mentality that maybe Adolf Hitler had, or maybe someone like Saddam Hussein has today, could without doubt reproduce themselves 5,000, 10,000, or 100,000 times over.
The high failure rate that is soon to rise even further prompts the question, is scientific progress justified by the suffering it may cause?
For humans, the stakes in cloning extend beyond the physical risk to complex genetic and societal concerns. Francisco J. Ayala, a leading bioethicist, points out that cloning could disrupt the delicate balance of natural selection by bypassing the mechanics that historically ensured the elimination of harmful genetic mutations. In natural populations, harmful mutations are gradually eliminated through the process of natural selection, with the most severe mutations disappearing rapidly. However, as Ayala explains, with modern medicine, genetic therapy, and now the possibility of cloning, this natural process is no longer functioning as effectively. By allowing harmful mutations to persist, cloning could inadvertently create a population more vulnerable to genetic disorders over time.
These unintended consequences raise profound ethical questions. Are we prepared to take responsibility for the long-term genetic health of future generations? By circumventing natural selection, are we playing a dangerous game with the fundamental building blocks of life?
Ayala's insights emphasize the need for caution. While cloning offers extraordinary possibilities, such as curing genetic diseases or advancing regenerative medicine, it also demands a thoughtful approach that carefully weighs innovation against the risks to humanity's genetic future. As we move forward, scientists and policymakers must ensure that the pursuit of cloning technologies aligns with the broader ethical responsibility to protect both present and future generations.
Cloning raises significant ethical questions about our responsibilities as creators of life, requiring a balance between scientific innovation and the protection of human dignity. Bioethical frameworks like the Nuremberg Code emphasize the importance of informed consent, harm prevention, and the prioritization of well-being, which all must be considered in the context of cloning. Scientists must ensure that their work respects the rights of individuals, prevents harm, and considers the social and psychological implications of clones. Ultimately, cloning challenges us to navigate the tensions between progress and ethics carefully.
The Nuremberg Code was developed in August 1947 in Nuremberg, Germany, to protect the rights and dignity of victims of Nazi medical atrocities. Existing as a set of research ethics principles for human experimentation, the code has laid down intense standards that physicians must comply with when performing experiments on human subjects.
As human cloning slowly but steadily gains popularity among scientists, Anita Guerini, a historian in science and medicine, highlights the suffering caused by cloning experiments, urging researchers to adopt methods that minimize harm while still advancing knowledge. Guerini says, these ethical safeguards are not just guidelines, they are moral imperatives that protect us from the potential misuse of cloning technologies. In the antebellum U.S. South, White physicians used black slaves as experimental subjects because they were available and legally invisible. This dark historical fact underscores the intersection of power, legality, and exploitation, especially regarding medical ethics. Black slaves, deemed as legally invisible, essentially erased their rights, making them vulnerable to inhumane treatment and violating their autonomy, highlighting how society's structures can remove rights from certain individuals, which parallels bioethic concerns today like cloning, where a lack of established rights or protections for cloned individuals could lead to similar exploitation. The implications of cloning extend far beyond the lab. Therapeutic cloning offers hope for patients in need of organ transplants and genetic therapies. Growing out tissues or organs from cloned cells has the potential to contribute to saving many lives. While reproductive cloning is a scientific process where a genetically identical copy of an entire organism is created. However, the line between therapeutic and reproductive cloning is thin. What happens if cloning becomes a tool for social inequality? According to Ruth F. Chadwick, a successful bioethics professor at the University of Manchester, monopolizing cloning technologies could worsen already existing inequalities, further diminishing people's sense of self and weakening their mental and self-esteem. One point is that cloning might lead to a lessening of respect for individual persons because of the feeling that they can easily be replaced. If we have clones with large memberships, the loss of one member may be insignificant. This potential misuse underscores the importance of ethical oversight and equitable access. Reporter Liz Hayes shows us the progress already made on human therapeutic cloning.
Nonetheless, in America, scientists are already cloning body parts. This is a human bladder, made of real-life human bladder cells. Even more extraordinary, scientists are already growing human clones. For ethical reasons, this American lab stops their growth at 14 days, just before the microscopic clones develop a spinal cord. But it would be very easy to go one step further and create a human. All scientists have to do is implant an embryonic clone into a woman's womb and let it grow full term.
Scientists can easily clone human body parts. Although the research is halted for ethical reasons, the continuation of such would violate the policies of bioethical guidelines by generating a real human being.
In the face of cloning's ethical challenges, bioethics has emerged as an essential guiding force. This interdisciplinary field, uniting philosophy, law, and science, works to ensure that technological advancements honor human dignity, protect vulnerable populations, and prioritize the common good.
However, the rapid advancements of cloning technology has often outpaced ethical scrutiny. In the race to break new ground, some scientists have dismissed critical ethical considerations, justifying their actions as necessary for discovery. This negligence risks undermining the integrity of scientific progress, highlighting the urgent need for bioethical oversight.
Public involvement plays a critical role in addressing this gap. By fostering open dialogue between scientists, policymakers, and society, bioethics ensures the development of frameworks that reflect shared values and collective responsibility. This mutual agreement safeguards against exploitation and ensures that cloning technologies serve humanity as a whole, rather than the interests of a privileged few.
The story of cloning reflects a fragile balance between innovation and responsibility. It challenges us to navigate the tension between the pursuit of scientific progress and the need for moral accountability. As cloning technologies continue to evolve, they hold the potential to revolutionize medicine, agriculture, and even our understanding of what it means to be alive.
Yet with such power comes an undeniable responsibility. We must uphold the rights of all living beings, protect the vulnerable, and ensure that cloning technologies are guided by ethical principles. The ultimate question remains: can we unlock the promise of cloning without losing sight of our shared humanity?